funding and the loans that the White House announced overnight. We just got some details from the press secretary on what will not be affected: Social Security, Medicare, SNAP benefits. But our Peter Alexander pressed her on.
Welcome on into another episode of the Healthy Discussion Show. And today we will be discussing this food stamp benefits being frozen, everything being frozen, these false allegations that they're putting on Trump. Because a lot of people are saying, as soon as somebody says something, they don't do their homework. They just listen to the part that they heard that they want to hear, right? And come to find out, you got to go through a process to even freeze something. You can't just say, I'm going to freeze something today, right? And the things that he's talking about freezing or adding on to has nothing to do with the old system. But on that note, let her tell the story. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, get me to 10,000 subs by the end of this year. I want 10,000 subs by the end of this year, and I believe that you can get me there. Also, hit the AirTech EMF protector. I'm going to pin it to the top of the chat, and let's the show begin.
Other programs.
Will nothing that the president's doing here in terms of the freeze in these programs raise prices on ordinary Americans?
What particular actions are you referring to that
I'm
would?
referring to LHEAP right now. That's the low-income heating program, for example. We can talk about, there's no clarity, so I could refer to a lot of them. We don't know what they are specifically. Can you tell us that LHEAP is not one of those affected?
So you're asking a hypothetical based on programs that you can't even identify.
What
I can tell you
just to be clear, since you guys haven't identified, let's do it together just for Americans at home. Medicaid, is that affected?
I gave you a list of examples: Social Security, Medicare, welfare benefits, food stamps that will not be impacted by this federal pause. I can get you the full.
Yeah, I heard her. Shall we repeat it? Because a lot of people are scared and shaking in their boots because they've been used to all these assistance, right? All these governmental programs. And when somebody mentioned a pause, they like, oh, shoot, we finally got to get up now. Well, you should have been got up. Don't depend on the system. And they're not even freezing the things that you're so worried about. But you see how fear and how the news station use fear in order to target most people, the mass amount of people. Because as soon as they get a little blah, as soon as they get a little, oh, well, let's say that he did this. It's not true. So my advice is everyone do your own homework before you panic, right? Read. Before you panic, you should breathe. And repeat. Before you panic, you should breathe, right? And then you should read. You should you should look it over. You should give it a couple of seconds, right? You should comprehend it. Because a lot of people can read things, right, and don't really comprehend what's going on. I guess that's what they had on standardized testing, reading comprehension. Because you can just read and get the answer right, but did you understand what was said? Do you fully understand it? That's a whole different conversation that actually takes critical thinking. And what I found out is most people aren't critical thinkers at all. I'm talking about so far from it. The mass amount of people. So let's run it back because I know this lady is getting so annoyed and she's well spoken now, isn't she? Mouthpiece like that. She's well spoken. She told these people so many interviews what won't be affected, but yet they want to paint the narrative as if Medicare going to be affected, veterans will be affected. The freeze means everything is frozen. Can we talk about it? Let's discuss.
Not affected.
I gave you a list of examples: Social Security, Medicare, welfare benefits, food stamps that will not be impacted by this federal pause. I can get you the full list after this briefing from the Office of Management and Budget.
Keyword will not. Did y'all hear the key word? Before y'all get the panicking. And if y'all panicking like this, right, it means that you really need to get up off your... And you really need to get up and start thinking about ways not to be so dependent. Because what happens if they decide to actually do a freeze? Would you be frozen? Why would you allow yourself to be frozen when you could be unthawed? Why would you allow yourself to be frozen when you could be an independent thinker? Why allow yourself to be this way when you don't have to? This is the land of the free, the home of the brave, with so many great opportunities. Why do you think people still want to come? Why do you think the migrants still want to come here? You think they just want to come? Think about it.
I want to bring in NBC's Sahil Kapoor on Capitol Hill. So, do we know what will be affected? The questions were asked very specifically. You heard Peter asking about housing assistance. Meals on Wheels was a later question. Medicaid was not addressed. She said Medicare, but not Medicaid. What do we know?
We have a sense of what is covered, Chris, but we don't have full clarity, as that briefing by Caroline Leavitt, the new White House press secretary, just showed. Apart from the few specific things she did identify, we've been talking to Senate Democrats and the Appropriations Committee staff that has identified hundreds of billions of dollars in federal spending that could be implicated for a freeze or a halt in any federal money going out the door. That includes things like veterans care, elder care in nursing homes, rural hospitals, funding for local law enforcement, infrastructure projects, combating fentanyl, as well as disaster relief and firefighting. Senator Mark Warner, the Democrat from Virginia, said his office just got a phone call from a domestic violence shelter, the only one that's serving multiple counties in his state of Virginia, that said they may have to close their doors if Trump doesn't reverse course immediately. So that's the message that Democrats are pushing out today far and wide, that this is going to cause an enormous amount of chaos and confusion. And to Peter Alexander's question, our colleague asked a really important question: is Medicaid covered? Caroline Leavitt didn't know the answer to that. This is a pretty important thing to know, I would say, if you're freezing federal funding, because this is a health insurance program that covers about 72 million Americans. It's in partnership between the federal government and the state. So it's not in the same category as Medicare and Social Security, where the federal benefits go out directly. Those two programs are exempt from this, but it's unclear whether Medicaid is going to be frozen as well, which would have an enormous impact, not only on low-income people who benefit from the program, but also hospitals and providers that are relying on payments from that program, Chris.
Do y'all know when they go in, they have to clean house? It's a process with all of these things. They have to clean house, right? So if you have to clean house and redirect the money, it's certain things that will be affected, it's certain things that won't be affected, it's certain things that you have to do. You can't just move in the White House and expect to operate on the last regime. It doesn't work like that. First of all, just like when you're on the airplane, when you're about to take off, what do you have? A bit of turbulence. So let it iron itself out, because people talking about these doomsday things and this, that, the third. Have no fear. Obviously, Trump is here. So now let's go and because I get tired of watching the news, right? It's just so biased and it's so fearful, and it's based on a certain principle, especially the old legacy media, right? I'd much rather see what's going on TikTok. So let's just scroll. It's time to scroll real quick. Let's scroll. It is time to get our scroll on. Grab your pots and pans. It's time to cook. Don't forget the spatula. Now listen to this.
I don't know if it's just me, but I'm happy that Trump signed the papers for y'all to finally get up, go get a job, go do something instead of just keep having kids and depending on the government assistance all y'all life. Y'all really thought government assistance was gonna last forever? Nothing lasts forever. Get up, go work. Because I'm tired of having to work and lie to the government just because I want EBT. Get up and work. And next, I hope he sign the tax papers and tell y'all that y'all can't claim y'all kids on y'all taxes no more unless y'all had at least one job out of 365 days. He not even asking for y'all to go complete your whole 40 hours. He saying y'all need at least 32 hours to work. That's only about 2 to 3 days of work. You can't work for 2 to 3 days. Y'all complaining off of that? Y'all mad off of that? Y'all mad that y'all gotta work just 32 little hours? Why people out here really working 40 plus hours and still trying to provide? I don't know if it's just me, but I'm happy.
It ain't just you, lady. You kind of make sense there. Let's go on.
So if they canceling food stamps, maybe people like me that go to work can get some now. Like, give us a chance. Because I'm tired of looking for somebody to buy some from. I'm tired.
As someone who was on government assistance and food stamps when I was a single mom, going to school full time, I had a full time job, and I had a toddler. Here's my take on this whole losing your food stamps, losing your benefits. Some of it is extreme, yes, but I think there has to be some kind of change. We can't have people living off the system as a full time job. That
Well
is,
said.
people have made a career out of.
She hit it right on the nose. Most people have made this their career path. Most women have made this their career path, right? And I'm talking to you ladies personally, right? Because I don't know too many men that's on these type of things, right? But mostly women have made this way their career path to say, I don't have to do anything. I'm going to depend on the government. If they say jump, jump. When they say move, move. If I'm gonna. And another thing that I figured out what it caused. It caused dependency. It caused laziness. One of the side effects of dependency, laziness. It caused obesity, which is one of the number one problems that's in America right now. Think about it. If you're so lackadaisical, what comes to one that's lackadaisical? Nothing but death. Death even comes faster. You know, so it's time for a change. It's time for y'all to stop depending on these things, because what happens when they just snatch it away from you? Then what? You've been depending on for 20, 30 years. In fact, some of you women simply have kids just to depend on the system. Y'all know every year y'all get an income check. What happens when you change that rule to say, hey, if the dad paying for some type of child support, then he's going to claim the kids on the tax. What y'all going to do then? It's going to show who was really using it and who wasn't, and for what purpose. It wasn't benefiting the kids 9 times out of 10. It's benefiting you. Y'all got to get your hairs done, y'all nails done. Y'all got to do everything that really don't make sense for real. Y'all can't afford those things on your own. So why are you pushing it on somebody else? Think about it. Well, let's talk about it. We got to think and talk right now. But I agree with the lady.
Of living off of the government. It's meant to be a emergency part-time situation to get you through to the next phase of your life.
It's supposed to be assistance. Most of these women, these modern day women, especially in America, they're doing it for more than assistance. It's called permanent. They permanently want aid. Permanent aid. That's what you should call it. Permanent aid. Not Kool-Aid, permanent aid. And you wonder why, where our tax dollars going and for what reason. Come on, think about it.
I definitely see where if you're on disability, you have you're not able to work. If you're an able-bodied adult who's able to work, you don't have children or dependents, we need to get you off of the government assistance and see maybe we need other programs, because this isn't working. We can't keep this sustainable. And for those who are crying that they're losing their assistance, but yet I see them with a full fresh set nails, fresh set of lashes. I can't even afford lashes. Full set of makeup, a designer bag. You know, it's really hard to sympathize with those. But
Indeed,
it's going to be very impactful for those who actually need it now. And it's kind of getting cut off at the last minute, no warning. So my heart goes out to you guys. I hope, you know, the Trump administration can figure something out in the meantime. But yes, for those who are waterworks with their freshly done eyelashes and nails, I don't want to hear it. I'm done hearing it. I was there. I was a single mom struggling and couldn't pay the bills and couldn't afford food. And I used the system appropriately. And now I'm where I am today.
Excellent. You use it, you get off of it, and you grow. You elevate. What's the point of staying at the same level, running in place for all your life? Lady, makes sense to me. Leave your thoughts down below. What y'all think about this? Should they keep on getting food stamps? Should they just cut it all off and let people know, look, it's time to wake up and smell the coffee, right? America is trying to be greater than what it was, but let's continue.
Big news because Donald Trump has ordered a complete freeze on federal assistance for programs that don't directly go to Americans like Social Security and Medicare. Here's everything that could be impacted at 5 p.m. today. Funding for Medicaid could be impacted. Funding for school breakfast and lunch programs, Section 8 rental assistance, Title I education grants, temporary assistance for needy families, state grants for child care, Head Start programs, which child care facilities rely on.
Listen to the fear that they pushing down your throat. Listen to the fear that they're pushing down your throat. If you watch the beginning of this video, this lady already said that all these things that this guy is talking about, right? It's undecided, which means that it's not even frozen. But let's continue.
And a special supplemental nutrition program for women, infants, and children. But that's not all. Before I can, this community development block grant program could be impacted, and the EPA's grant of clean water infrastructure grants will likely be frozen. State highway reimbursements could be impacted. Funding for local law enforcement agencies to help them fight crime could be impacted. And funding for research for universities to cure cancer could be impacted. We don't exactly know yet what will be impacted, but all of these programs are essentially on the chopping block right now. And it's also not exactly clear that Donald Trump could even do this, whether it's legal or not, because this is money.
So why fear? Anyway.
Good morning. Just curious, where is y'all's take on Trump stopping the food stamps and the Section 8?
What's your take?
Not for the disabled, not for the sick or Medicare. It's just for the people that are able-bodied and can go to work. He's wanting to do a minimum requirement of 30 hours a week. And I think it's fair because the working class works and works and works. They pay the tax dollars that goes in to pay for these people to just sit on their behind and not do anything when they're able to go to work. And they have hundreds of dollars of stamps a month.
I second that motion.
While the working class is out here suffering and have to come up with the $500 a month to go buy groceries on top of the bills and everything that they do, and they're working their hind ends off. So I agree with it. I don't think 30 hours is a lot to ask for somebody that's able to go to work.
Not at all.
I mean, we're all in this.
Y'all know that Elon Musk, right? I did the math. It's 164 hours in a week, right? This man works 150 hours, 154. So I look at it as if, why sleep? Why depend? Why not get up and be purposeful instead of being dependent? But yet, it's funny how you ladies say y'all so independent, but yet y'all so dependent. I never got that. Y'all will leave the black man. Y'all will leave the white man. Y'all will leave the Indian man. If it's anything doing with a man, and a real man at that, right? Because you can't just have the word man and just be talking about it loosely. A real man, right? Oh, yeah, I don't want that because he may be controlling, whatever that means. He may be a bit assertive, whatever that means to you. To most modern women, that's not. They want them to damn near be females. Oh, if he agree with everything I say and he panders to me, then yeah, he the one. What? Yeah, fellas, y'all better have some standards. Keep them high, too. Keep y'all foot on their necks, because if you don't, you will fall for anything. I'm telling you. Like they say, anything can happen, right? So don't fall for anything. That part. So I'm in all agreement with this lady. She make all the sense to me. Why are we paying our tax dollars for them to stay home when they could get up and do the same thing? Now let's incentivize the people that actually want to work. And then you don't incentivize the people that don't want to work. And we see, I guarantee you that will make people get up and work. Think about it. If they wasn't incentivized to do wrong, they wouldn't do wrong. If you were incentivized to do right, the mass amount of people would do right. The thing about living in America and living in the modern world is that they get incentivized for doing the wrong things. That's why it's a lack of accountability. Why should they be accountable when they understand people got common sense to say, well, if I'm not accountable for my actions, if I have unprotected sex and end up being a single mom and I'm not accountable for my actions, I get the money on. I get the moolah. I get the house. The kids, the car, the dogs, I get everything. So you begin to think, this world is really backwards. You get praised for being wrong, right? And you get crucified for being right. My God. Can somebody put my God in the comments? You get paid, right, for doing wrong. You get incentivized for doing wrong, right? You get decimated, mutilated, crucified, sacrificed for doing the right thing. My God. So it's time for a change. Put time for a change in the chat. It's time for a big change.
Equally, like, it should not be a free ride. I mean, it's not fair. But that's just my opinion. Drop your comment and let me know what you think.
It's one hell of an opinion.
Good morning.
You were the president of the Center for Renewing America, and the think tank produced a 2023 budget proposal.
Next.
Once again, Trump got everybody in an uproar thinking he froze food stamps. He didn't freeze food stamps. He froze federal funding. Look up what federal funding is, people. Like, come on. Freeze my mortgage payments for 3 months. Help a sister out. Shoot, I want my bank account to be in the uproar. How about that? Let's talk about it.
Can somebody tell him, please? People don't read. I swear they don't.
Under the last administration, more than 10 million people were added to the food stamp rolls. Under my administration, 7 million Americans have come off food stamps and 10 million people have been lifted off of welfare.
That's progressive.
Under the last administration,
What's up, America? No, Donald Trump's not taking your food stamps away from you. So I know the media went apeshit because Donald Trump is getting rid of grants for woke DEI stuff, but you're not going to be losing your Social Security, your SSI, your food stamps, anything like that. None of that's going anywhere. So if you're unaware, Donald Trump put a pause on grant funding for diversity, equity, and inclusion and transgender ideology for the government level. So this means that
This makes sense. He only said it is 2 genders, which that's what I believe in. And ever since, it was a tweet the other day, and Elon put it up. Ever since 2021 through 2024, we had 72 different genders. How in the hell did we get there? Right? Before that, it was just 2. Now they're trying to get it back to 2. It's just male and female. We don't know nothing else. So understand that being that kind of way and having those 73 different categories of identification, right? It's a money grab. Trump like the hell with the money grab. Let's recirculate the money because that's money wasted. That's money wasted. So I'm in total agreement with him on that one. That's money wasted, but now people saying he's freezing Medicaid, he's freezing everything else. People, read the fine print before you panicky. Read the fine print. That's all I ask. Let's go.
and things like that are going to programs relating to those are going to cease, at least temporarily, while they can be reviewed. So knowing that, the first thing the media said was that Trump's taking your food stamps and your Social Security payments. And do you know why the media said that? Because they lied. Because they lie all the time when it comes to Donald Trump. As a matter of fact, they were lying about it constantly until they had a press conference when, guess what? They were found to be liars. And so stop relying on the media who hates you and Donald Trump to tell you what's going on. Actually read the executive order that was signed. So like I said, programs related to diversity, equity, and inclusion and transgender and gendered thoughts are being removed or put on pause. That's not your food stamps. It's not your Social Security either. Please pull your head out of your ass. What's up, America? No.
So I just saw where Trump is trying to make it to where you can only get like Section 8 or food stamps if you work, which I think is a good thing. When I got
For
those,
some reason, I did not expect that answer from her. I don't know why. But let's continue to watch.
these kind of things, I work. I mean, but a lot of people, you know, they go their whole life on it, and a lot of the people who are on it take advantage of it, especially the housing. You know, it was never meant to be a permanent thing for someone, just
temporary.
You know, there for a little while till they can get back on their feet. So
50 million people on food stamps. And I'll tell you what, if we had a real, hello, 50.
What's up, TikTok? This is how I feel about Donald Trump saying, if you work, you could get food stamps. I like it because, you know, food is expensive in this economy, and I'm a hardworking man with a family. And I'm thinking, I'm like, okay, every time you used to apply for food stamps, what they tell you, you make too much money. Or they be like, you make too much money. Hell, I don't make enough money. But Donald Trump, like, look, we're going to give every working citizen a shot to get free food. I like it. I love the idea of that, because, like, man, come on, man. A lot of people was abusing the SNAP program, the food stamp program. They was abusing it, man. Just keep using it, and probably got like 1 million kids. There's some people out there with no kids but work hard and got to spend like $150 on groceries, man. When they should really be getting groceries for the free. So thank you, Mr. Donald Trump, for making it happen. I appreciate you.
What you know about rolling down in the deep when you...
There's a bunch of obese people on this app losing their shit because President Trump, along with RFK Jr., wants to eliminate the purchase of junk food with food stamps. And that's a good thing. Look, if you want to feed that crap to your kids, you need to do it on your own dime, not the American taxpayers' dime. We're not here to help your children get diabetes. I went to pick up my daughter from school yesterday, and 80% of the kids that were leaving school were morbidly obese. I'm fucking Gen X. We didn't see any of that shit. Everybody was healthy. Everybody was fit. We need to nip this shit in the butt. Now it's a health crisis, and you shouldn't want to give that shit to your kids anyway. It is deadly.
Big facts.
That's fucked up, Donald Trump.
Oh my gosh, I feel so bad for people who on Section 8 and on any government assistance. Trump said no more. Oh my gosh, I'm so happy.
Ma'am, he did not say that. Go read a book.
Give me that pen. Somebody got to take this pen from you. From the time you landed, it's like you've been signing. You signing the wrong thing. I got to take this pen away from you. You know what you should be signing? You should be putting a freeze on these damn bills that I got here. Look at these bills. Put a freeze on the rent. Put a freeze on food. You signing. Put a freeze on all of that stuff. Anytime you need some more help, you need help with signing, I'm going to help you sign. You want to sign? No more food stamps. You can sign that. No taxes. Sign that too. Come on now. You need help signing. You know, everybody got to take this away from you. I'll do it.
And I know this food stamp stuff ain't none of my business, but my girl Kiki had the prices. $300 for $150.
Okay, let's talk about Trump supposedly getting rid of income tax. Now, this is what kills me when people hear like Trump getting rid of income tax. The first thing a lot of people, oh gosh, I'm embarrassed. A lot of people first and only thought is like, oh my God, we're not gonna get an income tax refund. Now, I understand if you're not educated, because I wasn't. I would have probably thought that some years ago. If you don't know better, you can't do better. But
Well said.
it's a bigger picture. You got to kind of go outside of the box a little bit. You can't be restricted in thinking on that level. You gotta bring it up a little bit. Again, I'm trying not to judge because, like I said, it's a lot of stuff that I don't know. It's a lot of stuff that I'm confused about. The DEA, the IRA, the ER. I don't know. I'm gonna have to call some of my smart friends and see if they can enlighten me. You don't know better, you can't do better. But let's talk about what getting rid of income tax or doing away with the IRS would mean. Okay, so based on people who are salary, I'm just giving examples from what I'm reading. It says if you make about 65K salary, you would save approximately 14,000 yearly. If you make 100K salary, you will save approximately 22,000 yearly. Okay, so you see where we're going there. It also says that um, you wouldn't have tax on your Social Security, you wouldn't have tax on your tips and overtime, you wouldn't be taxed on those things. So the ultimate goal is to make America richer. We all for that, right? I'm sure it's more to it, but I just want to speak on it because I just see so many people like outraged or just having opinions. This is social media; it comes with it, and nobody cares about the truth when the lie is more entertaining.
That was well said. Y'all heard what she just said? No one cares about the truth when the lie is so entertaining. Yikes. Man, you hit it right on the nose. Go follow that lady. Tyler TIL. Y'all see her account right there. Go follow her. I always try to make sure I give credit when credit's due anyway. So that's why I put their whole thing up here. You can't miss it. Because I'm not about to just copy and paste each thing in the source. No. It's right there. It's in plain sight. I'm not hiding it. The lady makes sense. The truth, the reason why people, man, let's run that back. Ma'am, you make all the sense in the world.
On it because I just see so many people like outraged or just having opinions. This is social media; it comes with it, and nobody cares about the truth.
Listen,
when the lie is more entertaining, people will write you off. People will come to a conclusion in a whole a decision without even doing their due diligence, without even looking or trying to educate themselves or even researching nothing, just because they don't like the messenger. They will miss the whole message because they don't like the messenger. And I'm so glad that I think a little bit different because I used to be like that. If I don't like you, I don't want to hear what you got to say. But again, don't miss out on some valuable information because you don't like who's saying it. You don't have to agree. You do not have to agree. But why not take it in and take heed and do a little research? Now, I don't even know if that's true. I don't know if that's true, but if it is, that's a prime example of when you first hear something and you be upset or you think about, oh my God, I can't believe.
That's why you're never supposed to react to things so emotionally. It's called emotional intelligence for a reason. You gotta have it. You gotta have it. You need it.
You're doing that when you don't even understand exactly what's going on, then you might miss out. Everybody want to keep their taxes on them check. I don't want to go working overtime. I remember one time I worked overtime so much that my check was smaller than what I would have worked regular because they took all my goddamn taxes and I was pissed. So I'm all for that. And then people that's talking about he gonna get rid of the food stamps, the Medicaid, the Social Security and stuff like that. Now I don't know. I'm a little scared. Now I go clutch my pearls. I'm a little scared because if you do get rid of that, it does directly.
Man, that's not even true. But let's go to the next one.
So Trump ain't playing, God. This was effective only almost immediately. I got this in the mail. If you're an able-bodied adult without dependents, you need to be working because you will not be receiving food stamps anymore. Okay? Yeah. And when you are eligible to receive these food stamps, it would only be every 3 months out of every 3 years. So within a 3-year period, 36 months, it would only be 9 out of those 36 months. Yeah, get a job.
So basically, the scam is up. The scam is up. So let's go on to the next one because we gotta laugh about these type of things, right? Because people don't want to change. They don't want to change. But let's talk about these migrants because the other day I'm looking at something and these migrants had me laughing, man. These illegal ones, but they just you got to make fun of the situation. All right, let's do it.
We coming here to talk to the President Donald Trump because last night, like 6 p.m., I sit round to my house. One car have a green line, right? Yes. Yes. And the white car, like immigration car, okay? And we scared. We scared, right, everyone? All right. Yeah. Yes. And we want to say, I'm sorry, Donald Trump, for drink outside. We not do no more. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. We no go driver to no driver license no more. No. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And we no fight to the wife no more. No more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Donald Trump. We cagados, Donald Trump, and we not do nothing wrong no more. Okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This morning. This
is the original one.
We coming here to talk to the President Donald Trump because last night, like 6 p.m., I sit round to my house. One car have a green line, right? Yes. Yes. And the white car, like immigration car, okay? And we scared. We scared, right, everyone? All right. Yeah. Yes. And we want to say, I'm sorry, Donald Trump, for drink outside. We not do no more. I'm sorry. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Sorry. I'm sorry. We no go driver to no driver license no more. No. No. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. And we no fight to the wife no more. No more. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We cagados, Donald Trump.
I just wanted y'all to see that though. But on a serious note, right? Now, the migrant thing is a different thing. It's a different animal because the American society need was built on migrants. Now, we're not going to say illegal migrants. We're going to say migrants, right? And if the illegal migrants were the one that was doing the work, right? Meaning that they was doing the construction jobs, they was doing the jobs that Americans don't like doing because they sitting home on food stamps or whatever, right? Landscaping, they doing all the jobs that's needed, right? It will affect the economy in a manner that it might cause prices to go up. Home prices gonna go up, lumber gonna go up, installations gonna go up, because the people that you were used to paying zero to nothing, right? They're in most of them that's illegal. We're on top of the illegal ones right now. They're in hiding because they don't want to get picked up, which means there's a direct effect even on the fruits and all people. You know, they actually pick fruits too. So it goes hand to hand. Now, when you're coming into a nation and coming into a house, you got the clean house, correct? You're not going to make everyone happy. Maybe that's why he want everybody to get up and go back to work. He's pushing for the federal workers to go back to work. He pushing for the people that's on unemployment, that been using and abusing it, to get up and go to work, do those basic jobs, because there are jobs out there. Most of the people just don't want to do them. So this may be a way of incentivizing you to actually do some work instead of incentivizing you not to do any work at all. So I'm saying it all to say the illegal migrants do play a major part in the corporation of America, because it's actually keeping it afloat. Just think about it. It's literally keeping it afloat. But let's see what plans are put into place to combat that. You know, what plans will be put into place to combat it? Let me read a comment. This is Donald David. Donald David said, it's really are so sad. So it's really sad. People that was working and trying to get their unemployment have to keep going back and reapplying and reapplying. just to get your money that you work for. That makes sense. So hopefully that he reverse engineer it and incentivize you, since you've been applying and reapplying, right? Now it's incentivized for you, and it sounds like you work. Hopefully you work and you still need some help. This would be beneficial, because this, to me, it's like a stimulus check. You're actually stimulating the economy. Donald David, I appreciate the comment. I
swear to God, every time I put my phone down, I think I can get away, and then I see something else that Donald Trump has done. Oh, so now you mean to tell me that he's going to be putting migrants at Guantanamo Bay? 30,000 migrants at Guantanamo.
And you know what a lot of people are saying, though? This actually opens up, and I have to do more research on this one, but this actually opens up the fact that, because y'all know private prisons, right? They normally house criminals and XYZ for the state or illegal migrants, right? But this actually incentivizes them to actually have concentration camps. So we're going to deep dive on that topic on another day, but just food for thought. Because all of this is business. It's all business. That's how I look at everything. It's all business.
Yeah, hello? This is an officer with ICE doing a routine check. Well, I'm an American citizen. Well, we have questions that'll determine that answer. Okay. How many points are scored in a football game? 6. We want to make America great again. Who's the best female artist? Taylor Swift. All right, last question. Can you say Walmart?
Can you say Walmart?
Sir, can you say Walmart? Yes, I know. Walmart. Yeah, hello? This is an officer with ICE doing a routine check.
Walmart. People always find a way to have some fun with this, right? We got to have some fun with it at the same time. Hold on, one more time. He asked him that last question.
Yes, I know. Walmart. Yeah, hello?
To me, it's how that door opened. Oh, man.
About $60 for the day. Okay. Is that good? I need you guys to build. Yeah. Okay. Good job. I need help to build a deck. Okay, está bien. Does that work? I'll take all you guys. Yeah, just hop in. Oh no, not in the front. I washed the cab. I need you guys to get in the back. Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
Don't tell me he gonna take him.
Okay, settle down, you guys. I'm gonna close this on you. Now we have fun.
Like, where did he go?
Speed bump. Watch him. See it. I didn't see the bump. Oh, there's another one. I'm sorry. That's what they're good at. They're good at working and having babies. They think they're coming over to my house to fix my deck. What they don't know is that we're not going to my house. We're going somewhere else. I'm not going to ruin the surprise, but we'll be there in a minute. Sorry. You guys okay? ¿Estás perdido, güey? ¿Vas a comprar comida? Okay, yeah. I don't know what the fuck you just said. Macarena! Something like that. I don't know. So we're almost there. Get ready for this. INS, la migra. There's 6 of them right here. I got them.
Also, I hear that they're giving you $70,000 for each one. I mean, that's 70,000. My God, 7,000. This is a crazy world. But anyway, I'll leave y'all comments down below. Let me know what y'all really think about this, man. how it's affecting you, or if you're listening to this fake rumors and this fake news, let me know what's going on in a city near you. On that note, peace, blessings, and love. Remember, positivity over negativity always. I'm out.